Hello, wanderlust seekers! Get ready to uncover the top 10 best places to visit in Cyprus, an island paradise steeped in history, culture, and natural beauty. From ancient ruins to stunning beaches, Cyprus offers a diverse array of attractions just waiting to be explored. Join us as we journey through this Mediterranean gem, from the charming cobblestone streets of Larnaca to the majestic mountains of Troodos. Whether you're a history buff, a beach lover, or an adventure seeker, there's something for everyone in Cyprus. So pack your bags and let's dive into the top 10 destinations that make Cyprus a must-visit destination for travelers around the world. Let the adventure begin. 1. Paphos. The shimmering, seaside jewel in the Cypriot crown, Paphos hugs the lapping cobalt of the Mediterranean on the breezy southwestern haunch of the island. Pretty and tourist-friendly in the extreme, the developed center here, known locally as Paphos, comes complete with palm-shaded esplanades and bubbling al fresco seafood joints. Bobbing fishing boats add to the Grecian flavor, while broadsides of the crumbling Turkic Paphos fortress, the stony archways of Saranta Colognes, a medieval Byzantine castle that crowns the dock, a famous 2nd century Odeon, and the glistening sands of the municipal Elix Beach are also all major draws. Definitely not one to be missed. 2. Pisori. Nestled neatly between two half-baked, scrub-clad headlands midway between the much-trodden towns of Limassol and Paphos, Pisori oozes laid-back Mediterranean vibes and authentic Cypriot character from its small clutch of tavernas and rustic whitewashed homes. Still largely untouched by the onset of mass tourism, the terracotta-top village is host to local farmers and winemakers and boasts one sun-splashed central plaza, Pisori Square, and regular celebrations of island heritage. And there's a beach too, a half-pebble, half-sand stretch that arches its way below the rugged cliffs of the south coast, just a short jaunt from the town proper. 3. Akamas Peninsula National Park. Rugged and windswept Akamas Peninsula National Park pokes its way out into the swells of the Med to form the northwestern horn of Cyprus Island. It's hailed by many to be one of the last remaining true wildernesses here, home to oodles of endemic species of flora and fauna. Today, ecotourism is booming, and travelers can discover wonders like the chiseled ridges of the Avekas Gorge, winding hiking trails that weave past blooming fields of crocuses and gladioli, thick fir forests, the mythical baths of Aphrodite, and truly secluded beaches to boot. There's also a loggerhead and green turtle sanctuary that draws a crowd on Lura Bay, showcasing one of the more endangered marine species in the Med. 4. Larnaca. It's likely that travelers landing in Cyprus will touch down first in Larnaca International Airport, while those who opt to make a beeline for the city itself, the third largest of the country, are in for a medley of ancient sites and medieval relics, bustling, built-up seaside promenades and pretty churches. Start with tour of the hallowed Church of St. Lazarus, the home of the tomb of its eponymous New Testament figure, before exploring the minarets and mosque domes of the Hala Sultan Tek. And once the culture's checked, Larnaca's sun-kissed Foinikaubs Beach beckons with its sea of colorful sun umbrellas and lines of fasoleki, black bean and lamb stew, touting tavernas. 5. Kyrenia. Forged by the Peloponnesian Greeks, fresh from the Trojan Wars no less, Venetian settlers, and Ottoman imperial rulers alike, Kyrenia, Jern in Turkish, remains one of the most enchanting and ancient towns on the entire north coast. The city can be found hugging a shimmering blue harbor on the edge of the rugged Kyrenia mountain range, and tourists now flit between the aromatic kebab and mez joints here, people watching and enjoying the sight of salt-washed keiki, traditional fishing boats, bobbing out at sea. Don't miss the formidable rises of the Kyrenia Castle that dominate the eastern end of the harbor, a sturdy bulwark of Byzantine stone that has made this town such a tactical possession over the centuries. 6. Tombs of the Kings. UNESCO attested and officially a part of the Paphos Archaeological Park, the mighty Tombs of the Kings are certainly worth a mention in their own right. They date back as far as the 4th century BC and offer an insight into the great mixing of architectural traditions and cultural heritage that took place on Cyprus in antiquity. Note the monolithic construction and how the dusty colonnades of the various sepulchres emerge almost organically from the sandstone and windswept cliffs here on the edge of Cato Paphos. Curiously, it's Egyptian and Greek styles that dominate, with excavations revealing Doric colonnades and subterranean crevices where the bodies of Hellenistic and Roman noblemen were stowed. 7. Limassol. Touting an enchanting old town area of rustic low-rise bungalows, a terrific Byzantine castle, a vivacious seaside esplanade that weaves between the shore and the pretty palm-dotted gardens of the Acti Olympian Park, and one of the busiest ports in the entire eastern Mediterranean. Limassol strikes a fine balance between laid-back holidaying, culture-packed sightseeing, and modern, Cypriot energy. And while Ladies and Governor's Beach dominate the lineup in the day and the fish eateries pull with fresh swordfish in the evening, it's the clubs and pubs that take center stage in Limassol after dark, pumping with chart hits, Europoppin' house between the buzzing strips of Paphos near Nicosia. 8. Nicosia. The city that was hewn in two by the tumultuous political upheavals of the last century, Nicosia is slowly but surely regaining its balance. Today, visitors here experience one of the richest and most refined destinations in the country, where a romantic old town of Venetian-style palazzos and sun-splashed squares gives way to a labyrinth of winding alleys where chic bars meet fine dining joints and alfresco coffee terraces. Meanwhile, North Nicosia, the Turkish side of town, is spiked with the minarets of Selimi Mosque and awash with bustling Ottoman bazaars and Byzantine houses, connected to the Cypriot south by the recently reopened Ledra Street, a sprightly strip of shops, bars and bistros that's something of a symbol for the new Nicosia. 9. Agros. Cascading down the pine-dotted hillsides of the rugged Troodos Mountains in the very heart of central Cyprus, Agros' whitewashed homes and red-tiled roofs shimmer a brilliant white against the Mediterranean sun. Rustic and away from the crowds of the coast, this is where the island's agrotourism and ecotourism really booms, with hikers and bikers eager to hit the trails around town and foodies in search of the earthy smoked pork fillets and lamb cuts that are famed in these hills. What's more, roses are one of the region's main exports, and Agros locals are renowned for their production of rosewater, which is sold in roadside stalls and boutiques throughout the streets. 10. Paphos. Nestled on the Panhandle, where the rugged wilds of the Akamas Peninsula bend into the northern coast, Paphos is a laid-back, sun-splashed seaside town that draws visitors, mainly domestic ones, with the promise of an authentic and unhurried holiday. It's enfolded by sweeping ridges of eucalyptus trees and dusty coastal rocks, and offers an old town center of low-rise buildings clad in stone, where small beer bars rub shoulders with the ubiquitous souvenir stalls. Other draws include the string of secluded beaches that run along the coast to the west, and the interesting array of attic ceramics at the Paphos Archaeological Museum. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.